Good morning, y'all. Good morning, and welcome back to Alicia's Crafty Hoplop. And I am still in my jammies, so you know that it was a rough day yesterday. This girl is not in her jammies at 10:30 in the morning, ever. So that tells you that I had a bit of a hard day. Yesterday, my medical appointments, I got up at, like, our day started at 6 a.m., and I didn't get home from the hospital until just after 6 p.m., like 6 something. And I was so exhausted, y'all. I was so exhausted that I showered, because I have to after the hospital, put all my clothes by the front door. My poor husband had to look after everything, and I just went to bed. The good news is they have figured out a chunk of the puzzle, and I'm very grateful to my medical team. Not everything, but a super big chunk. And we know when you have answers, you can find solutions. So it will mean more immunosuppressants. One won't be a cytotoxin. That's the good news. One won't be chemo-based. Likely the other one's going to be. But we'll wait for that. I can't offer you exactly what's going on because we're still in process of figuring out how to best handle what's happened. But I will tell you that the results have been really important because it's given doctors key information in order to figure out how to help me. So I am grateful to my team, and it's another reminder to each of you, don't dismiss things like I did on my nose. Don't do that. We're learning this week. Kathy's favorite things also got back very upsetting news, and my heart goes out to you, Kathy. And you know that, because even though I was exhausted yesterday, I reached out quickly to Kathy to let her know I'm thinking about her, and I'm sure you're all praying for her, and those of you that pray and well-wishing for her. COVID meant many of us couldn't go to the doctor like we normally need to. I've said before, Pat has not seen her rheumatologist since last year. What happens is, if we leave things unchecked, whether you have an illness or you don't, stuff happens. Stuff happens. And some of it's very serious, like Kathy's situation. So again, I want to encourage you, if you can, to please not let things go. Try to find a doctor if you don't have medical insurance that will let you pay it off. I know there's still a bill, y'all. But you know what? We're finding out, like Tiffany, the domestics box, has had a really rough month health-wise. I've had all these developments. Kathy's had these developments. Other people in our community we know have gone through a very difficult month. That's their story to tell, but I will share with you that there's a number of people in our craft community who have found out that during COVID, lots of things have brewed. And so again, I'm reminding everybody, please, if something is strange on your body, please have it looked at if you can. And I know it's expensive. Look, every time I go to the doctor, even though I have insurance, I have high copays. And I groan at the amount of money that goes out. And sometimes I'm sure people are thinking, well, do I buy groceries or do I go to the doctor? And I know that's a real reality in America right now. I know that. That's why I'm suggesting try to find a doctor. Like one of my specialists is letting people pay it off $10 a month. There are kind-hearted doctors who understand what's happening in this country. Find one of those to look at you. And hopefully there's one in your community. I am very proud of the Florida governor. As of this week, he has opened up free testing centers for COVID. I saw one of them yesterday. And he's offering free testing. And he's encouraging people, symptomatic and asymptomatic, to be tested. And he came outright and said, listen, folks, the key to us doing well is testing, and not enough people are being tested. And so I'm going to offer it free of charge. And that's a big deal, y'all. I have a friend who paid like $250 for her COVID test. So to be able to get this done for free. Now, were there lineups at the hospital? Absolutely. But it's free. I mean, that's wonderful. And that's a really positive change in this state. To be offering free testing. And I'm hoping more states will opt to do that, because then we'll get this under control. So I did want to share that piece of good news with you, and I got to see it. I didn't report it before I saw it with my own eyes, but they're already open. I saw it yesterday at the hospital. So that's very impressive, y'all. It's also a little scary. It's scary to go to a hospital where I go into building B, and in building A, there's this huge lineup for COVID. 2 masks or not, y'all, it's a scary thing. And it doesn't matter that there's maybe 60 feet or 100 feet between you. All those people are getting tested for a reason. So it's like, So again, I'm also going to remind anyone going to the hospital on a regular basis to be super vigilant. I left all my clothes at the front door. Yeah, I did. I stripped right down at the front door. Not bringing that into my house. And into the shower you go. Right? Follow all of the PPE instructions. It's not a silver bullet. It's not. There's a 5% risk even with our mask wearing that we can contract COVID. We know that Marcy always wore a mask. We know that Carrie always wore a mask. Those are real things. But if we don't wear a mask, it's 100% sure. But if you're doing hospital visits like I am, or Tiffany, or Kathy, please be extra vigilant right now. because not every place has this under control. Or most states don't have it under control. The whole country's red right now. So, even New York, which has been super diligent, is red again. So let's just be careful together and do our part and hope for the best. I'll be checking my temperature this week because I've had so much exposure. To spend 10 hours at a hospital means you've had massive exposure, right? And that puts you at much higher risk. I will also keep away from people. Anything I show you that was bought this week was not bought after the visit, because I will not expose other people to this. I will stay at home. So anything I show you this week, I bought long before this 10-hour hospital day, because I believe in personal responsibility, and I won't expose other people potentially. I won't until I'm sure I don't have a fever. Other than to my other medical appointments that I have no choice but to go to. But I'll always wear 2 masks, y'all, just to make sure I'm protecting other people. And I encourage you to do the same if you're in my situation and going to the doctor all the time. We have so many people in our community that need tons of prayers right now. Kathy's Favorite Things, Tiffany Domestic Fox, Belinda Barton, Bonnie Myers and her sister. The list is long and wide, y'all. And there are others that haven't yet shared publicly. So I'm going to ask for a collective well-wish and prayer for those in our community that need it, because we care about these people. I know we do. We watch them each and every day. I also want to say one thing. You all can probably guess which way I voted based on my personal beliefs. I'm sure you can guess. I don't say it out on here because I don't think that should be the issue. I want to say one important thing, though, this morning. I'm proud of all of America, and that's my takeaway from this election. And I'll tell you why. This is record turnout. I'm a pseudo-American. I was born in Canada, raised in Canada, and then I've lived my whole adult life pretty much now in America. I feel very American. I've told you that, and I'm quite patriotic. I've always felt American since I was a kid. My mom hates that, but it's the truth. And so I feel American. And I feel like this is such a historic moment in America. And my takeaway is not that the country's divided. My takeaway is not that it's split almost 50-50. My takeaway is that many people voted. Do you know that that's a historic number of voters? That's never happened here before. Do you know what that means? That we have one thing in common. Republicans and Democrats have one thing in common, and that is we care about America. We care enough to get out and vote in a pandemic when it's dangerous. And that makes me proud, because, whether you voted Republican or Democrat, you cared enough to vote. And so many. And that's what we should be proud of. And I trust this democratic institution. I trust it. Whatever way this goes, we're going to have to respect that outcome. I believe in that system. I don't think there's a better system out there right now for a democracy. So when all the numbers are tallied and the decision is made, as a person who believes in the democratic process and the Constitution, I'm going to believe in that. But I am proud today to be here. I'm proud to see we have a record number of Americans that voted, because that means the one thing both sides have in common is that we love America, and we want it to be well, we want it to be healthy, and we want it to be economically viable. And, all those things matter, right? Jobs matter. We definitely need to put food on our tables and pay our bills. COVID matters like nothing's ever mattered before, because we can't go out without a mask, and we are all at risk of a very dangerous virus, and wave 2 we know is way more contagious, and we want to protect our children and our teachers. All of that matters, and our poor healthcare workers. And we've got so many nurses on our channel, and I don't even know. They made this great t-shirt at Walmart, and I was thinking I should get one for every nurse I know. You guys are working around the clock to save everybody, and you're risking your lives to do it. People like Marcy and Barbara Ford, y'all, that's what they're doing. They're risking their lives to make sure people like me don't get worse. And we owe them such a debt of gratitude to these people. We are very lucky. But I'm proud to be here when this many Americans cared enough to vote. And that's my takeaway, regardless of the outcome. And I think we should all be proud of that. And it is the one thing both sides have in common. We care. And maybe that's the way to build the bridge back. That's what I'm hoping, y'all. You know me, I'm an eternal optimist. And I always look for where that rainbow is. And for me, the rainbow is we all cared enough. We all cared enough, even in a pandemic. Now that's a place to start building a bridge from. And that's something, y'all. Well, as tired as I'm looking, and I know I'm looking run down, but that's what happens after 10 hours of testing and doctors and too much information. I'm going to be back on later with some mail and some other things. I'm hoping to make 2 more videos today. Don't hold me to that. I for sure will make 1. But I'm hoping to share with you some more cards, and Leticia sent me this great box for my birthday, and I've got so much more to share with you. So I will do my best this week, y'all. Be a little patient with me as I adjust to this new diagnosis and how to deal with it. It's a lot to process, and so I am tired, but as always, I always adjust. So I'll adjust to this too. I want to thank all of you for your support. I want to thank all of you for your patience and for watching. And you know, I'm grateful to each and every one of you. We have gotten through this. I personally have gotten through this pandemic because of you and crafting. So I owe you a big, big, big thank you. And I know I'm going to get through this next phase of my medical journey with your support and with all of our wonderful craft projects too. So thank you. All right, y'all. I will see you later on today, and wishing for you a happy and a creative day, y'all. That's what I wish for you. Please, again, keep Kathy's favorite things, the domestic fox, Belinda Barton, Bonnie Myers, and her sister. Also keep Liz Nixon in your prayers. Her son has been undergoing brain surgeries that are very serious, and that's been a long journey for her too. And we definitely want your prayers for her and for others in our community who are waiting on test results that are really serious. Please pray for them, y'all. Thank you so much. Take real good care, and I'll see you later today. Bye for now.